All right, what's going on, guys? I'm back in Colorado. I had a very long day today. Been back less than 24 hours, had a full day of work. Took my car in to get some much needed maintenance done. I'm not finished. Hopefully by Wednesday, I'll be done with all the maintenance that I need to do. Today we got a lot done. I did the transfer case fluid, rear diff fluid. Also put a new supercharger belt on, put back on my fender liner that got knocked off during a snowstorm because ice got caught in it. And then I also did the CX-90 fuel pump module installation as well, because ever since I posted that last video, everybody's been asking, where's the fuel pump module on the 4th gens? So if you have a CX-30 or a Mazda 3 that's the 2019 plus, like the BP models, not the 3rd gen, the location is under the vehicle, and I'm going to show you in the video where it's at. If you have a left-hand drive car, it's going to be on that driver's side by the gas tank. So I'm going to show you in this video real quick. And I mean, even tomorrow we got a full day. Like pretty much we're going to do it exactly how I wanted to do my car when I first started. We're going to put a car on a dyno completely stock, untouched. And then we'll do another dyno where I refresh the OEM tune, like clean it up, so you guys can see a learned tune versus a fresh tune to see the power difference. And then after that, we're going to throw the VT supercharger on the car, get the numbers with just the kit on there without adding extra stuff that I found along the way, just putting the bare minimum. And then we're going to do another dyno where we put the fuel pump, we put the fuel pump control module, and any other mods like the HD belt. Put all those mods on there to see if it makes a difference, if having all the accessory parts that I found along the way is actually worth it and beneficial to add to your supercharger kit. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just play a couple clips. Like, we did a whole bunch of things today, and I still have more stuff planned. I'm gonna do a coolant flush, and I got to fix my exhaust leak. And once I do all those things, I'll change my spark plugs, and I'll do one last final dyno run. And so the whole goal of my build the entire time was to add 100 wheel horsepower. My vehicle started with 155 wheel horsepower, but I used a different dyno. I wish I would have took it to this place to get a dyno, but we're gonna have another car where we're gonna have everything on the same dyno. We're not gonna change settings. It's gonna be as real as it can be without any cheating, because I'm going to show you where I hold the RPM at, and every time we do a pull, you're going to see we're not changing our baseline because we're not going to recalibrate the machine. When you recalibrate the machine, you can cheat the numbers. A lot of people don't know that just by holding the RPM slightly lower or slightly higher than 3,000 when you're calibrating it, you can fudge all kind of horsepower numbers, but that's not what I'm about. I actually like the challenge, and I don't want to just inflate numbers just so I can get customers. So, all right, guys, we're going to cut to the video. And just remember, this is for the 4th gen guys when it comes to the placement of the module. If you are a 3rd gen, your fuel pump control module is going to be inside the vehicle on the driver's side rear seat. You're going to see the module up at the top. I'll have a little picture up here so you can see. And yeah, let's get to the video.
Hang on. Oh, there you go. There's some.
Oh wait,
a little bit of junk on it.
After 90,000 miles, I have not changed the transfer case fluid, but there's a little bit, tiny bit of metal on it because it's magnetic, but nothing too bad. So I got Lance right here, Big Turbo Lance. He's putting me some Schaefer fluid in my transfer case.
Liquid moly.
Oh, liquid moly. Sorry, he put liquid moly, but he uses Schaefer with his engine oil, I think.
No, we're actually using liquid moly all the time.
Oh, liquid moly on everything now.
So we do liquid moly on. So this is what we're running, Justin. But ours is 530. We're running liquid moly gen, 2nd gen right now on all our turbo cars, including mine. But I run 530, and then I run all the liquid moly high point gear oil in my car. I was running Schaefer's, but we changed over to liquid moly. I can tell you right now, if you're running Motul liquid moly or Schaefer's, you're running great oil, great gear oil, you'll be fine.
All right. So yeah, we're gonna do the transfer case right now, and then he's gonna go and change out my my rear diff fluid as well with this. So we had to come in here and shave that top bolt that I'll show you, that the 2019 and the 20s have to if you have all-wheel drive. So 21s and above don't have it, but if you have a 19 or 20, you need somebody to come in here and shave off the manifold bolt. If you don't do that, you got to drop the manifold to get it to it, you know. All right, guys. So pretty much what we had to do, we had to come in here and shave off this bracket for that's connected to the exhaust manifold, so we can get to the fill hole, right? So without taking this, you can drain it down here, but then you can't fill it up here because there's this bracket in the way on the 2019 and the 2020s. 2021 and above don't have this in the way. So it's easier to service on the 2021s. So now I have the same ability to service my 19 as the 2021s and above. So I had to shave this down, that way I can remove this bolt to fill it up. Now Lance is going over to do my rear differential as well. I filled it up with some extra fluid. I overfilled this one just so I don't have any issues. And it's pretty simple. You just jack the vehicle up. This is your drain bolt, and that's the fill bolt up there. So
24s.
24s, that's what he says. That's what I used on it. So we got that all done. He's gonna fill it up with his liquid moly, and let's hope we don't have any issues, because I've been 90,000 miles with no issues on both. Fluid's pretty clean. I overfilled it. That's why it's draining like that. All right, so this is I've been drifting in the snow, so this is my drain bolt. There's obviously some wear, but this is 90,000 miles, guys. And you got to remember, I put this thing on a dyno. It's been supercharged for over 40,000 miles, so that is, it's not bad for that many miles. Lance is taking a look at my gears right now. He says everything looks pretty good.
I don't see no big chunks anywhere. Not even nothing at the bottom. It's all good. I don't feel no chunks in there, nothing.
90,000 miles, and he changes his regularly. I don't know, how often are you changing yours?
10 to 15,000 miles.
Yeah.
I change mine every 10 to 15.
All right, so Lance just finished doing my diff fluid and my transfer case after we had to do that modification to it. So if you got a 2019 or a 2020 and you're in Colorado, most shops won't do it. I went to Mazda and they just turned me away from doing this service because they said in the manual you got to remove the exhaust manifold shielding and all that, and that takes a couple hours, so they didn't want to do it. And if they were going to do it, it was going to cost a lot. So if you need it done, you can come to this shop. They'll shave this down for you so you'll have access to doing all your maintenance on it. So now that that's done, we're going to install my fuel pump control module that I got from the CX-90. So I need to go ahead and remove some 10 mils so I can show you the location of that. Right, so here we go, guys. We're going to do the CX-90 fuel pressure control module. Had to move a 10 millimeter and these other two nuts. And here is your control module, guys. We're going to change out that module to the CX-90 module, and I just kind of want to show you, the underside of the car. Yeah, there is some rust. I have an all-wheel drive model, so if you notice, the gas tank is has a notch cut out for it for the drive shaft to go to the rear differential. On a normal front-wheel drive version, you will have 13.2 gallons, and on the all-wheel drive model, you'll have 12.7 gallons, I believe, because we have this notch cut out for our, not cut out, but just gone for our drive shaft. So if you ever notice why the front wheel drives have a higher mileage when full, is because the gas tank is bigger on the front wheel drive model compared to the all wheel drive. So if you do have that module, like I said, it's going to be on the left side, driver's side if you're in the US, and you're going to go up in here, and there is your stock module. And we're going to switch that out. Like I said, it was one 10 mil and then these 2 nuts right here, and now I have excess. So I'm gonna go ahead and change that out, and I believe there's 4 10 mils that I need to do. All right, it's fairly simple. I just want to get you a better close-up. So you're gonna remove, let me show you. You got 2 10 millimeter bolts right here, one on each side that you have to remove. And then there's this bracket holding the whole thing up that you possibly have to remove. I'm gonna try not to, but I probably will. And there's 1 bolt here, and then there's also 1 down here holding it. So there's 4 bolts total, and I believe those are bigger, but we'll see in a second. All right, I'd rather Lance get his hands dirty since he's already dirty. I mean, I'm dirty too, but yeah, pretty much we just did the 2 10 millimeters, and now Lance is gonna unplug it at the top, because it's hard for me to film and do that. So that's the old module, and all we have to do now is just drop the new one in, and it's just simple plug and play. It goes right here. I got it right here in my hands, so I'll let Lance do it since I can video a little bit. So he's just gonna plug the 2 plugs in. It's literally just plug and play, and because it is a slightly different size, I can only put 1 bolt back in, but that's all you need. You just put 1 bolt and hold it down, and that's it. So a lot of people put a zip tie on the other, but I'm pretty sure just 1 bolt will be enough. I could put a zip tie in the other hole, but I'm probably just gonna do 1 bolt and leave it. It's such a light piece of equipment, it won't have any issues. So as you can see, Lance is just gonna go ahead and ratchet 1 in. I might zip tie the other hole just for extra security, but it's not necessary. So we ended up just putting the nut on the left side, and we're just gonna zip tie the right side because it's a little bit easier to get the nut on the left side and then do the zip tie on the right side of that module. And then that's it. That's all you have to do for the install. It's pretty simple. No tuning required. You just drop the module in. It functions at a higher frequency, so you'll notice smoother throttle response and a little bit more aggressive on that as well. Since I already got the car on the lift, I felt like taking the time to go ahead and changing the belt out, even though it doesn't need to be changed. I just want to put a fresh one on there, just because I plan on putting this car on a dyno soon, so I want to have the best results possible. So the old belt, still in pretty good condition. After it's worn, you know, the green goes away and it looks black. All right, guys, so that's it for the video. Another thing I wanted to talk about before in the video is a lot of you guys are having issues with your Mazda Edit right now because the virus protection got updated. So if you're trying to download Mazda Edit, you need to turn off your virus protection. Go to the Mazda Edit website and go to the download section and download Mazda Edit Personal. And this will allow you to update your software if it says that your version is out of date or your keys are expired or whatever. And then after you download that, it might tell you like it won't download, so you have to hit the tab down on the download section and hit keep, and then it will let you start installing the software, guys. So I hope that helps someone. And also, I still had this Autoexe oil filter, and I wanted to do a giveaway. So what I'm going to do is it's only going to be for people in the United States because I'm going to have to pay for shipping or whatever. And so pretty much, you know, I have these supers or whatever. If you want to enter your name in for a drawing, for every $5, I'll put your name in a bowl for a drawing for this Autoexe filter. I think they're like $30 if you try to order one by itself. But yeah, I'm gonna do that to the end of the week, and then Saturday I'm gonna ship this out to whoever wins it. But I'm only gonna ship it to someone in the United States because, I mean, if enough people enter, I'll ship it wherever it needs to go, as long as the amount of people that's entering covers the shipping to that place. So if I get, you know, people donating and it gets over, I mean, some of these places are going to cost like $60 to ship. So if I get like $60 in the comments, yeah, it can be shipped to anybody in the world, Australia, wherever. But I'm not going to pick favorites. So I'll put your name on a piece of paper for every $5 you enter. And yeah, I'll ship it to wherever. And then the remainder of the money, whatever I receive for the supers or whatever, the donations. I'm gonna use that to get more testing for parts that you guys want. I don't personally want to collect the money, but I want to use it to educate the community on stuff. So right now I'm getting injectors tested up in Ohio, so you guys can see different things. Like I got some aftermarket injectors that I'm testing. We don't need them because most of us can just use the 3rd gen injectors that are the same as the 2.5 liter injectors, and we aren't running out of fuel. We are hitting limits like rods if you're NA, and then or your turbo's too small, so you gotta go pure 500. And you know, cars are making it up there to that 350 horsepower range. So that's it for today, guys. I'll catch you on the next video.